welcome to another Twinflame message. For those of you who are new to my channel, I record the summary of my Twinflame readings only, so all the cards are laid out already. This way I can fit more details into a relatively short video. Before I begin, I just wanted to thank you guys for your support. I received a very generous donation last week via PayPal, along with some encouraging kind words. Thank you so much for the person who sent that to me. Also, just all of you leaving encouraging words in the comment section, or supporting me with your subscriptions, likes, or just simply giving me feedbacks about how much the reading resonated with you. It all keeps me going. It really means so much to me. And on top of all that, it helps my videos be recommended by YouTube to more people, helps these messages, readings get out to as many divine feminines who need to hear them as possible. So I just wanted to take some time to express my gratitude. Oh, and by the way, I say I typically channel messages from the DM, about the DM, to the Divine Feminine, if you ever read my description box. But just keep in mind that it's not tied to gender. Because just because you're a female doesn't necessarily mean you are the Divine Feminine. You can also be the Divine Masculine, although that's more rare, but it can happen. So it's about energy, feminine and masculine energy, which one you embody more, which one is dominant in you. So men are also welcome watching these videos, because you can be the Divine Feminine, and also if you're just a Divine Masculine cross-watcher, you're welcome here. And sometimes I get messages that are both for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, because there's so much mirroring going on. So all is welcome. With that being said, let's see how this Divine Masculine is doing, how he's feeling, what's happening in his life. This DM is not moving forward, not fighting for what he wants. He's not going to take action, not going to move forward until he gets out of this trapped energy. The Devil card appears when we feel like we are in a situation that we want to get out of, but we cannot. It just feels impossible. We don't know how to. We don't see a way out. But we are not truly trapped. It's just an illusion, the illusion of being stuck. Before I did this reading, I saw a wasp by the living room window just desperately trying to get out. Next to the window there is the front door, which I left open while I was in the kitchen, so it was open for hours. But the wasp was determined to leave through the window. It has a screen on it, I couldn't just let it out through the window. I was trying for the longest time to put it outside somehow. I had this paper towel roll, that thing that's in the middle of the paper towel. And I had that in my hand, and the wasp climbed on it a bunch of times, but I just couldn't keep the wasp on it long enough to put it outside. It kept flying off back to the window. So if you convince yourself, like this wasp, like this Divine Masculine, that you are trapped, and you are just not willing to accept help, not willing to listen to guidance, then you're gonna stay trapped. You're not gonna be able to escape, not gonna be able to move forward. The good news is this Devil card is not in the upright. It's about to turn upside down, so that's a good sign. When the Divine Masculine realizes that there is indeed a way out, that he's not really trapped, he will be able to move forward. So why does he feel trapped? He feels trapped by a marriage, a karmic marriage. This controlling woman, the karmic, is making him feel that way. He feels trapped not just by this karmic, this marriage, but also by finances. This sounds similar to the last reading, but it's only the beginning of the message that has similarities. I imagine finances are the main factor that people who want to get out of a marriage take into consideration. The other main factor I could think of would be children. So maybe that's why it has been a recurring theme in some of my readings. I asked for confirmation that this Ace of Pentacles was about finances holding the DM back, and I got the Eight of Swords as a response, which is similar to the Devil card. So, yes, he feels trapped. he's worried about getting hurt, worried about losing this abundant life he has right now. So he doesn't feel like he can leave. This divine masculine lives in a lush world, but you can have abundance if you feel trapped. If you don't feel like you have freedom, you're gonna be miserable. This card could also just mean him worrying about finances if he ends this marriage. But for the most of you who this message resonates with, what I'm getting is that this divine masculine does have a pretty abundant life, or so it seems from the outside. The girl on the Eight of Swords is blindfolded, so she needs to rely on her other senses. The DM needs to rely on his other senses to find a way out. Like the wasp, it saw the outside world and it wanted to get to it through the glass, through the window. If it had just followed where the breeze was coming from or relied on its sense of smell, it would have found the door. I'm pretty sure they have a sense of smell. They are all over your food when you try to eat outside. I just want to emphasize it was a wasp, not a bee, not the pollinator that collects honey or makes honey. So, or it should have just trusted the guidance I was trying to provide it with. Should have trusted this giant girl, the 5-foot giant. Anyway, the Nine of Wands here tells me that he needs to realize that he can do this. He can financially afford completing this karmic cycle, ending this karmic marriage. He needs to pay attention to the signs that he's seeing, the guidance he's receiving, to realize that all is not lost, that there's another chance here with you for the two of you, an opportunity for a new start. He needs to follow his heart, trust the signs and the guidance, to be able to come out of this given up type of energy, this hopelessness. He needs to change the way he looks at things, change his thoughts, let go of the things that are keeping him trapped, let go of the past, this karmic cycle, karmic marriage, and these financial worries or some of this abundance that he has grown attached to. He needs to surrender to the unknown, overcome the fear of uncertainty, the fear of not knowing what would happen if he left this karmic marriage. And when he does that, when he's not afraid of taking the road less traveled, he's going to be able to free himself, get out of this stuck phase. He's going to be able to manifest his dreams, his wishes, this new life, new start with you that he has been dreaming about. He's been imagining what it could be if he opened up about his emotions to you, if he followed his heart. These three cards, the Star, Hermit and the Six of Cups, fell out in the upright at first, kind of on my hand or on my lap, and then they kept falling and turned upside down, because even though he's been thinking about what if he listened to his heart, he's not doing that just yet. He's being nostalgic, reminiscing about this old friendship, the good old days, perhaps imagining what if he had done things differently, if he had said things he really wanted to say, things that were in his heart. Finding comfort by rewriting past events in his mind and imagining how things would have been different. This could be you, Divine Feminine, as well doing this, but the DM is definitely imagining this new life with you that he could possibly have if he just opened his heart to you, if he quickly took action. I got two different messages from these three cards, the Page of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles. The first message is that this Divine Masculine shouldn't be worried about finances. He's worried about losing this money that has been in his possession for a while, this legacy that he created for himself. He worked hard for his abundance, and he doesn't want to lose it, which is understandable. But he shouldn't be worried about it, because I feel like his money is going to multiply. He's going to have it all. Maybe he will lose some of it at first, but he's still going to have plenty left, and he can make more. This is a bush with some fruit on it, and the woman is harvesting. So she can pick the fruit of the bush, and it's gonna regrow next year. It's gonna grow more. So the divine masculine also shouldn't be worried, because he will be able to make more money. Also, the time to act is now. It's time to make a decision now about this marriage. The longer he waits, the more he's gonna lose. Maybe either with the divorce or by the karmic perhaps spending his money like there is no tomorrow. I didn't get details why, but what I got was the longer he waits, the more it's gonna go to waste. The second message is that he's being careful, cautious, trying to when it comes to trying to make this decision, trying to make the right choice regarding this marriage, pick the best option. But he's trying to do that with having finances on his mind. It's not cups here next to the Seven of Pentacles. It's more cards with pentacles on them. So he's not being led by his heart, his emotion, but his mind. He's got his mind on the money. He needs to follow his heart, listen to guidance when it comes to this old friendship connection that he's nostalgic about. When the divine masculine thinks about letting go of this old life that he's been living with the karmic, his mind just goes to the extremes, imagining the worst case scenario, blows things out of proportion when he thinks about what he could lose if he went through this divorce. He's really worried about making the wrong decision by ending this marriage. He needs to come out of this passiveness, this contemplation, planning, thinking mode, and take action, move forward, walk away from this old life, old cycle, and start a new one, because this old life that he's been living with the karmic is just not working out. It's not what he expected. But he doesn't feel ready to take action just yet, not confident that he can do it. He needs to build up his self-esteem. The Strength card was also on the bottom of the deck a couple of times throughout the reading, which is also about self-esteem. So he definitely needs more self-esteem. But he is thinking about sending this message to you, reaching out. This Knight of Cups was on the bottom of the deck before I started my reading, before I started shuffling. So he's thinking about sending a love message to you. He needs to snap out of that contemplation mode and actually do it. Overcome these insecurities, not exaggerate things and imagine the worst that could happen. He's also again focusing on that money. This King of Pentacles is looking at his coin, his money that he worked hard for, this legacy that he created. He's worried about what's going to happen to it if he completes this karmic cycle, if he follows this path of uncertainty. He's thinking about how he invested a lot into this life with the karmic, into this marriage, but at the same time he's also thinking about the future. These Two of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles that ended up next to each other are both about looking to the future. He's making plans regarding the future, thinking about a new beginning, thinking about going on a new journey. The globe next to this man on the Two of Wands grabbed my attention, and the word continent popped into my mind. I feel like you guys are on different continents or separated by a large body of water. He is going to make a decision already so he can take action. He just needs to overcome some insecurities, as I said. And the word that I got at this part of the reading was curiosity. Curiosity is the reason why he's going to do that. He's just very curious. What would happen if I chose this option? If I decided to go on this new journey, new path, and took action? He's really curious. What if he sent that message to you? This curiosity won't let him rest. He's going to keep an open mind, be open to new ideas, look at things from a different perspective, approach things from a different angle, not be so rigid, be more flexible when it comes to thinking about making this choice. This will help him with not being so conflicted, get out of this dilemma, and finally decide what to do. However, he's not quite ready to take action just yet, as I mentioned. He's still in contemplation mode, still just planning, thinking, scared of losing what he had worked hard for. And it's not just money that's holding him back, but what I got from these two cards is that the Five of Swords and the King of Swords, by the way, fell out in the upright at first with 6 other cards. And I looked at the details they were giving me, but it was too many cards, so I put them back in the deck. And these two fell out again upside down. What that's telling me is that the DM's morals are also holding him back from sending that message to you. He feels like it would be unfair toward the Karmic. He feels bad for doing that to the Karmic. He thinks it would be cheating, he would betray her trust by doing such a thing, that it's not right. He's going to be open to new ideas, change the way he's thinking about this, and going to stop being so sympathetic when it comes to the Karmic. He's going to overcome the fear of disappointment, the fear of the possibility of being disappointed by ending this marriage, the fear of possibly regretting his decision later, the fear of loss. He's going to be ready to take action. And he's going to let go of this idea that he needs to protect what's his legacy, this money he worked hard for, this money that he's been holding on to, which has been stopping him from moving forward. So that's going to start putting things into motion. The Wheel of Fortune is going to start moving in the right direction. Your luck, his luck is going to change. He's going to listen to divine guidance and go on this new journey toward this happiness. Finally share the happy moments in life with you. Build a new life, a new legacy together with you. You're going to be a family together, whether that involves children or not. You can be a family without having children as well. The Divine Masculine is going to come in with this love message again, or with some good news, a message that will make you very happy, elated, like that woman on the Nine of Cups card. He's going to feel tempted to send this message to you. He's tempted to see if he can get his wish fulfillment, tempted to give true joy and his dreams a chance. He used to think that sending this message would be wrong again, that it would be dishonesty, betrayal toward the Karmic, but he doesn't think that way anymore. The second time around, this Five of Swords fell out upside down. So this curiosity is gonna push him to send that message. He's too curious to find out where this message could lead to. The other meaning of the Seven of Cups card is temptation. The DM has been steered off his path, went on a detour on his Twinflame journey. He was tempted by wealth. We've seen he has been focusing very much on his abundance. This life with the Karmic perhaps gave him a sense of stability, security, which was just an illusion because nothing is permanent. Perhaps some of these Divine Masculines were tempted by the Karmic's beauty or youth as well. But again, beauty and youth are only temporary. This detour he went on is going to come to an end. That's the Death card. So this temptation is going to be over. He's coming to a realization, and this realization is going to lead him to victory. He will come in with this message, and your wishes, his wishes are going to come true. He's going to put down this burden, not going to carry it anymore. These goods, this money, his money that he's been holding onto too tightly, have been blocking the way, stopping him from going on this new journey toward his happiness, keeping him trapped, and that's all going to come to an end. This Ace of Swords is a confirmation that he's going to come to a realization, and that's going to allow him to make this decision, and it's going to allow him to free himself. He's going to leave the burdens of the past behind and move forward toward this fresh start with you, Divine Feminine. Your struggles, represented by the 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords, and 5 of Wands, are gonna come to an end. The Divine Masculine struggles, both of your struggles are gonna be over. Being stressed out, worried, this giving up energy is gonna be over. This inner conflict, dilemma, not being able to make a decision, facing a decision and not being able to make it, this stagnancy, stalemate situation is gonna be over. Your struggles are gonna be over. You're gonna have your happy ending. You're gonna have your victory. And the card on the bottom of the deck at the very end of the reading was the Knight of Swords. He's gonna rush in, take action. That concludes the message. I hope it resonated with some of you and gave you some clarity. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.